Okay, hello everyone. So come to sit on your knees. And today's class focus is going to be on unlocking the upper body. So unlocking the shoulders and also working with the support and buoyancy of the pelvic floor. Come to sit on your shins. And then let's start with the palms faced up, elbows soft, and then allow your eyes to gently close or pick a point on the floor to look at without staring. And then take the first few moments to arrive, to settle, to really turn up and be present here in the now, in your body on this mat. So let's take a full breath in through the nose and then open the mouth and exhale fully, slowly. Do that one more time. Inhale and then open the mouth and let out and exhale with a ha sound. And then close the mouth. And before we start to move, bring your attention to your natural breath. So noticing the cool air moving in through the nostrils and down and spreading out into the body as you inhale. And then noticing the warmer air moving up and out through the nostrils as you exhale. And noticing the rise and fall of the body as you breathe, that expansion, widening as you inhale, and then as you exhale, this sense of returning back to its resting position, this sort of shrinking and containing of the exhale. So just be with that, the sensation of the breath moving through you, in you, and then out of you, always and constantly. And so as we move through the practice, I'll bring attention back to the breath, but the cueing I give is not wholly focused on when to breathe. So it could be throughout points of your practice today, you just come back to noticing the breath as we make different positions within the body, as the body moves into different angles. You could always come back to just noticing, how am I breathing and what's changing as my body is moving through space. Okay, so if your eyes are closed, open them up. So let's begin with getting into the shoulders and the upper back. So bring your palms face up, elbows tucked in, like so. And then imagine you've got a pencil between your shoulder blades. And then start to squeeze your shoulder blades so they feel like they're holding up the pencil. And as you do that, you notice your elbows kind of shift back, kind of slightly tuck behind your ribs. So squeeze that pencil to a point that feels useful and not causing you any discomfort. So you're just aware of this squeezing of the shoulder blades and this moving back of the arm bones. Notice you're not sticking your lower belly out. So keep a slight nodding down of the tail, ever so slightly. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, release the pencil, let it fall. Bring your forearms forward and then round the back. And then repeat that. Let's do that twice more. So palms up, squeeze that pencil. It's just reinserted itself between the scapula, the shoulder blades. Pause for a moment, let the breath be fluid. And then let's initiate now with an exhale. Release the pencil. Broaden the upper back as you make a C curve with the spine. Last time. Inhale. A new pencil appears between the shoulder blades. Give it a squeeze. Mindful of the bottom ribs. Keep them quite heavy. And then as an exhale arises, maybe it escapes through the mouth. as you come into this counter pose, this rounding of the spine, opening at the back of the heart space. And then let's flip the palms down upon the thighs and slowly curl up. And be aware, before we move, be aware of any sensations, maybe between the shoulder blades. Maybe your sense is brighter between the shoulder blades now. Good, and then let's shift onto all fours. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Yeah. And then we'll move through simple cat-cow just to wake things up in the spine. So let's initiate from the tailbone. Exhale, nod the tail down, and then feel it point through the thighs, and then wave up the spine. So incrementally curl up through the spine until the head and the neck release. Take an in-breath here, and then exhale, release the tailbone first. And slowly weave yourself out of the pose. You kind of shift past neutral, you're neutral. Then the sides of the body kind of dip down as the last thing, your head and neck emerge. Let's do that one more time. Take an inhale here to prepare. Exhale, nod the tail down. Take as many breaths as you need because we're moving pretty slowly. Yeah, wave up like spine. Head is the last thing to arrive. Let it hang. Inhale, really breathe into the space between the shoulder blades. And then exhale, tail goes first. And then piece by piece, slowly unravel. You say hello to your neutral and then mindfully move into this arc of the spine. Keep the neck long. Good. Come back center here. So let's work into the hips. Slightly shift your left knee and shin towards the center of the mat, ever so slightly. And then bring your heel, your right heel, towards your right bum cheek or to the the hamstring. Be careful not to overdo this, so try not to cramp. So find your useful sensation. And then pick up the knee, keep the heel pretty close to the leg. Yeah, and then we'll make some circles. So exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest. And then inhale, open the leg out to the side. Keep the heel close to the hamstrings. Let's do it twice more. Exhale, so feeling yourself hug towards the midline. And then inhale, opening out without too much movement in the upper back. Last time. Exhale, hug. Press through the hands. Inhale, open out. Careful not too much movement in the lower back. And then let's bring the knee into the chest and step the foot between the hands and come on up into a lunge position. So have the heel right underneath the knees, both sides. So we're not sinking forward. So it's very much a kneeling position. And then from here, let's bring the palms face up, arms long, shoulder height. And then as you exhale, bring the right elbow and kind of graze it past your ribs and send the left fingertips forward so you're moving into a twist. Yes, and then inhale, come center. Go to the other side. So exhale, bring the left elbow back past the ribs as the right fingertips reach forward into a twist. Let your left hip nod back a little bit. Inhale, center. One more time. Exhale, reach through that front arm. Yes, inhale, center. Last time. Exhale, left elbow back, right hand reach forward. Let the left hip nod back ever so slightly. Inhale, come center. Yeah. And then from here, let's send the arms up over the head. So explore a long waist and grounded feet. And then circle the arms down and back. Bring the hands to the floor. And then come back into an all fours position. Yeah, so settle in. Other side. So peel the foot off the floor, left knee to bum cheek. Hover the knee. 3 hip circles. So come center, exhale. And then inhale, big articulate circle. Twice more, exhale. So keep the left heel close to the left buttock hamstring. Yeah, one more time. And this kind of prohibits, I think, too much movement in the hip. Yeah, good. Those noises welcome. And then squeeze the knee into the chest and step through. Press through the front heel, come up. So again, we're in a very much a kneeling position. Sweep the hands forward, palms facing up. So repeat. So send the left elbow back and reach the right hand forward. So you feel the right ribs reach forward, elbow back, twist. Inhale, come center. Exhale, elbow back, fingertips forward. Let the back hip turn a little bit, naturally. Inhale, center. Twice more. Exhale, lifted through the crown. Inhale, so kind of ringing out through the waistline. Exhale, and getting into the upper back. Inhale, center, and again, as you ground the feet, bring the arms up over the head lightly. And then circle the arms all the way back. Send them to the floor and shift back onto all fours. And then let's come into a child's pose. So toes to touch knees wide. Press the hands forward to nod your bum back. Rest the elbows down and the forehead down. Receive a full breath in and give a full breath out. And then let's pad the hands back to the knees and slowly come up to sit upon the heels. Shift the weight forward, tuck the toes under, and then rock back, so in a crouched position. And then from here, separate the feet and come into a ragdoll variation. So here, let's lightly interlace the hands behind the nape of the neck. Bend the knees and then curl all the way up. So creating that C curve of the spine. Yeah. And then when you arrive, let the elbows shift out to the side. But if I look forward, I can still see my arms in the side of my eyes. Yeah. And then fly the chest up and kind of lean back. Your head leans back into the hands. Press down through the feet. And then slowly come back center and let your arms dangle down by your sides. Good. And I'm going to shift to face you now. So once again, working into the shoulders and upper back. Let's send the right arm out to the side. So I'm not sure if I'm mirroring you. So it's your right arm. And let's bring the palm face up, feet underneath the hips. Little bend in the knees. And then turn the palm forward and then rotate the palm backward and upward as far as it will go. And notice that the top shoulder, the shoulder head rolls forward. And then from here, twist away from the arm. Keep your chest lifted, so avoid sagging over. Keep the heart lifted. And then slowly unravel, come center, palm face up. And then send the fingertips out to the side and lean or reach. Keep the opposite heel grounded. And then let's inhale, come all the way up. Let's do it one more time. So let's exhale to initiate, soft knees. Roll the palm forward, backward, upward. Shoulder head moves forward, that's good. And then twist, so you can take an exhale to twist, keep the chest lifted. And then inhale to release, palm face up, and then reach, ground through the opposite heel. Inhale, come center. This time, sweep the arm all the way up. And feel, maybe even softly close your eyes if appropriate, feel the distance from heels to fingertips or right heel to right fingertips. And then exhale, let that go. And you might feel strong sensations in that right shoulder. And then send the left arm out to the side, turn the palm up, and we'll repeat that, so it's twice on the left. So turn the palm forward, backward and up as far as it will go. The shoulder head will roll forward, that's good. And then as you exhale, lift and twist. So again, avoid hanging over, lift your heart. Slowly come center, palm faces up. And then inhale, reach. As if someone's lightly pulling you over because they want you to play. Like my toddler. Come over here, mummy. Ground through the opposite heel. Maybe let the neck be in line with the arm. And then slowly come back center. Last time. Easy breath. Rotate the palm down, back, and up as far as it will go. Nowhere to uncomfortable levels. Exhale, twist. Keep the chest rising. Knees soft. Slowly release, palm up, and then mummy, daddy, or whomever, come play. And you're grounding through the opposite heel. And then inhale, come center and reach the arm up. And then lift the shoulder blade a little bit. So let the arm lift up into its socket. Feel the distance between heel and hand. And then exhale, release. And notice as you let the arms dangle, what sensations arise. Notice the breath. Does the breath feel like it's got more space to be received? And then open the eyes up. So again, really simple patterns. So as we move into a variation of sun salutes, I want us to think about, especially the first bit, we've reached the arms up, to find lift through the chest. And a little lengthening down through the tail, sort of down and slightly back, not tucking the tail out like, or sticking the bum out, but it's like a lifting and dropping, like the back body's dropping and the front body's lifting. Yeah, so you can even bring your thumb and index finger to just below your collarbones. And the other hand, you can scrub the sacrum. So with that hand on the sacrum, gently scrub down, and with the fingertips, lift, almost like you feel like you're lifting your collarbones up as you scrub the sacrum down, really gently, not too much, don't tuck under. Just so you're kind of feeling a separation, a joyful spaciousness between the pelvic bowl and the rib cage. So we want to get more space in the side body. So again, I'll face you. Really simple movement, just thinking about that. So let's flip the palms forward, feet underneath your sit bones. Yeah, maybe even a little bend in the knees. Actually, definitely bend in the knees. Spread the toes. Palms forward. Yeah, so let's, without thinking too much of the breath, let's just think of the mechanics. So send the arms out to the side. When they come to shoulder height, palms up. Send the feet down, and then lift your chest up like you're rising up into those imaginary fingertips. Touch the palms, maybe look to the thumbs. And then exhale, send the arms out to the side, palms up, and then slowly, organically, they rotate back to the sides. They can go palms face the thighs. Let's do that one more time with the breath. I'll face profile. So let's inhale, send the sacrum down between the heels and fly your collarbones up. You can send your palms forward a little bit, so you keep the neck long. And then exhale, arms out to the side and let them hang. Good. So from here, keep a hold of that sensation in a moment. So send your right foot forward as if you're just about to walk. And then pause. Send the arms forward. And we're in that same pattern. And then like your natural swing as you walk, send your right elbow back and send your left hand forward in a twist. Good. And then slowly come center. And then step left foot forward. Take a deep breath in, then exhale, elbow back. Reach the right hand forward. Good. Inhale, come center. And then slowly, you could do more of those walks if you like, but we're coming to the end of our mats now, hey? So, feet underneath the hips. And we'll do a variation of sort of sun salutes, my version of. So, here we go. Spread the toes. Inhale, circle the arms over the head, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees so you feel a deep fold in your hip creases. And then hands can meet the floor or your shins. Let the head dangle. Lift in breath. Send the crown forward. Yeah, and then let's exhale, hands down. Step right and then left into a high push-up position, so a plank. Reach the crown forward, heels back. And then let's bring the knees down and then come into a box position. So shift yourself back so that the wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Tuck the toes under, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, press down through the hands and lift off the knees. So you're a floating box for 3, 2, 1. Safely bring the knees down, point the toes, press the hands forward, shift your bum back. And then from here, inhale, curl forward into a variation of chaturanga. So the shoulder on top of the wrist, the bum isn't up over the heels, so you're in like a ski slope from the sort of a diagonal from knee, hip and shoulders. Press the back of the head up. And then as you exhale, send the elbows back. So you're moving against gravity. How slow can you go? And then once you're there, send the hands back. Let's have the palms facing the legs. Glue the tops of the feet to the floor. Inhale, cobra, and then lift the arms up. So you're in shoulder extension. Feel like you want to clap the hands together, but they don't touch. So you're squeezing that pencil between your shoulder blades. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hands lift the shoulders, tuck toes. Push onto hands and knees. Shift back and then go to down dog. So little fingers touching the edges of the mat is quite a nice rule of thumb. Tilt your dog tail up and settle in. So if you need to make some little movements, go ahead. Yeah. And then pause in your dog pose. And you can always come back to hands and knees, or bring the left foot back to more towards the center as you sweep up the right leg. And then bend the knee. So heel close to your bum, 3 hip circles. So let's bring the knee into the chest. Inhale, open up out to the side. So keep the shoulders steady. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, open up to the side and up. Last time. Exhale, well done. Inhale, and then exhale, bring the knee in. Step the foot forward between the hands. And then bring the hands to the front thighs and root to rise. Yes, we just readjust. So let's scrub the sacrum again. Let's bend the back knee. So notice if you bring your fingertips to the sacrum, like this. So if you straighten the back knee, and then pause the hands. So straighten the back knee. Do you feel the tail sort of press out into your hands? And then bend the back knee. And do you feel the tail sort of move down and in slightly? So explore that, straightening the back knee and bending the back knee. So let's choose to be with the knee bent for a moment. Sweep the arms forward and we'll repeat that pattern. Exhale, right elbow back, left fingertips reach. Inhale, center. Exhale, left elbow back, right fingertips forward, reach. Inhale, come center. And then sweep the arms up. So option now to straighten the back knee, but feel like the pubic bones are slightly lifting upwards, ever so slightly. Big circle, arms back, and we're going to step into chair pose. So bring the hands to the heart, and then like you are walking on the moon, really deliberate. Not that I've ever done that. So you go, big landing. So your bum is reaching back. And do you feel, again, if you feel your sacrum, the tailbone is sort of lifting back. And then press through the feet, straighten the legs, release the hands. Inhale, arms all the way up, lift the heart. Exhale, bend the knees, quite a lot. Hands to the floor or to the shins, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, left and right into plank. Just for symmetry, doesn't really matter. Yeah, avoid sticking your bum up, so reach your tail as if it was shooting between your heels and back. And then lower the knees to the floor. Shift the hands back so underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, floating box. Yeah, and then from here, drop your heels to the right. But keep your knees bent. Press into, your left. Press into your right hand. Inhale, come center. Heels over to the other side and press into the opposite hand strongly. Come center, lower the knees down, shift back onto your heels. Reach the hands forward so you feel the shoulders lift. Curl forward, inhale. Options to fly off the knees, to lower to the belly, elbows back, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands go back, palms face the legs. Feet, legs heavy to the mat. Inhale, lift your chest and squeeze the pencil between the shoulder blades to a comfortable level. 2, 1. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck toes. Good. Drum up through the hands. Shift back, down dog. So feel your monkey's tail fly up like you're being pulled up, like your tail is just wrapped round a tree branch as you come up. I've been watching nature programs with my son. Right foot to the center, sweep left leg up. Again, you can always come onto your knee. Bend the knee, so heel to bum. 3 hip circles, shoulders stay steady. Inhale out to the side and up. Exhale, knee in. Inhale, knee up and out. Last time, exhale. And then use the knee into chest. Bit of momentum, step forward. And then hands to front thigh, curl yourself up. Again, scrub the sacrum and explore how you bend the knee. The tailbone kind of drops and moves forward a little. And as you straighten the back knee, notice the tailbone lifts a little bit. And then it has a relationship to the front of the pelvis as well. So you can even bring fingertips to the pubic bones at the front and explore that. Just notice what movements are happening as you bend and straighten that back knee. Yeah. And then let's just stay with the knee bent for now. Arms forward, palms up, inhale. Exhale, twist left, elbow back. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right, elbow back. And allow the back hip to move back ever so slightly. Come center. Arms over the head. Maybe straighten the back knee. And then circle the arms all the way around. Big circle. And then go to chair pose, hands to heart over the head. So that big moon landing. So really send your bum back, shins back, arms over the head, adding more load. And then slowly rebound to standing. Let the arms dangle. Notice the breath. So doing a variation of Warrior One, but more like Warrior One as if we were just walking. So separate the feet underneath the hips or maybe slightly wider. Send your weight to the right foot and take a natural step back with the left foot. And the heel, if you look to the back foot, is dropping in. So the toes are kind of 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, depending on how you can explore the toes more forward or slightly turned out. But they're not at 9 o'clock, 10 or 11. And then bend the front knee. And then scrub the pelvis, or the tail, the sacrum. So now we're moving into asymmetry. And you'll feel, because one leg is in extension or one leg is moving back, you kind of want to do this. But we're asking our hips to point forward to a comfortable level. So I'm more than happy if your hip needs to shift back a little bit. Then let's bring one hand to the back of the head, like so. One hand to the pelvis. Press your head into the hands, and the hands meet the head, or the hand meets the head. So keep that pressing back as you move forward in a diagonal line. And the front knee is somewhere on top of the ankle, back heel really glued. I'm going to stay here, lightly keeping the head lifted. So it's very tempting for the head to fall back or fall off here. So let's slowly inhale, straighten the front knee, but keep the torso in that diagonal reach. Exhale, bend the knee. Twice more. Inhale, straighten the knee. Exhale, bend the knee. Good, keep that head lifted, inhale, exhale. And then from here, slowly lift your spine upward, horizontal. And if you feel there's any pain in the lower back, why not come more forward? And you might feel that's less of a back bend. So we are in a big back bend here. Yeah, and then from here, turn the palms up. And then mindfully roll the arms over the head. Lift the chest, knee on ankle, front leg. Slide the hands to the heart. Pivot off the back heel and then moon landing into Utkatasana chair. Big chair pose. Yes. And we're going to take some dynamic twists. So keep the hips back. So bring the left elbow kind of over the right knee. It doesn't have to touch. So we're kind of hovering to the right. And then inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. You could even let the arms be a bit more fluid. Exhale. Inhale. So it's like, imagine you're like bouncing a ball with the legs. So you're not static or still in the legs, you're rebounding. And this is a great exercise as well to strengthen the legs and the pelvic floor. Inhale, center, and then slowly straighten up. I feel it. Other side. So step the right foot back, heel ground. So this time maybe 2 o'clock, so not 3 for the back leg. Hand to sacrum, hand to back of the head. Bend the front knee and shift into a diagonal reach. 3 knee bends. So straighten the leg, inhale, press back a little bit into the hand. Exhale, bend. Back heel really rooted. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. And then pause here. Feel into that for a moment. And then root down through that front heel to lift your torso up. Front hip can slightly move back a little bit. It's okay. Never force that squaring hip. So maybe allow that hip to move back ever so slightly. If there's any discomfort in your lower back, come forward a little bit with the torso and release the tail. Everything's happy. Pubic bones lifting. Like the tail and the pubic bones kind of opening, creating lots of space in the pelvic floor. And then inhale, opening up the arms. Touch the palms. Breathe in this container. And then when you're ready, hands shift to the heart. Pivot off the back heel, moonland chair pose. And we do our twisty dynamic twisties. And invite the hips to rock a little bit. So not as wild as this, but let's not work with static hips. So more focusing on the rib cage, but inviting a little bit of play with the knees and hips as well. So twisting left, inhale, center, exhale, right. And again, the hands can be a little creative. Arms over the head is definitely adding more load. So you can always come back to hands in prayer, or maybe even sort of rotating in that sort of horizontal plane, like so. That feels quite cool. And then come center, a little pause in Utkatasana, nifty pose, and then rebound to standing. Tadasana. Good. So let's come into a forward fold. I'm going to just shift back a little bit. Find or touch the creases of the hips here, folks. Feet apart. And then press back. So feel like you're creating space. Maybe even dig your thumbs into the hips. And take a moment into ragdoll. You can even take the elbows. Let the head hang. I'm not doing it perfectly because I've got the mic here. So it's not a great representation. I'm worried about the sound. So you just let your head go. And then hands to the floor. And come into a crouch position. And then let's shift onto the knees, like so. Yeah, and then I'll face you. Good. So now we're working more towards the floor now. So, more into the shoulders. Here we go. Arms out to the side. Palms face forward. So let's bring the right arm forward. So again, I'm not mirroring, or I am. I'm not sure what's happening with this camera. So turn both palms facing back, just to work it out. Feel the shoulder heads roll forward a little bit. And then bring the right arm forward and the left arm back, elbows bent. And the palms are both facing towards the back of the room. And then swing them out center, palms flip forward, and then we go the other way. Yeah, so in your own time, swinging the arms like so. You could exhale as they come in and inhale as they flow out. That could be a good play of the breath. Or maybe you're letting the breath just be really fluid. Integral, but you're not controlling the breath, but you're intentional about what's happening there. Yeah, so just doing this a few rounds, and I don't know about you, but I'm just feeling heat in my shoulders. Just want to get that little bit of heat going, which is quite nice. Yeah, and I think that'll do for now. Arms up. And I'm going to turn my back to you. So we're going to work into cow face arms with or without touching the fingertips. We'll work dynamically. So arms out. Right arm up. Left hand, so the back of the left hand grazes the back. And maybe the fingertips touch, maybe they don't. They kind of just flirt. And then unravel. And then you go all the way up to the other side. So back of the right hand grazes up the spine. Maybe the fingertips touch, maybe they don't. And then you play with that. So maybe they touch, or maybe you feel super tight and you're somewhere like here. And that's okay. Yeah, so not feeling like we have to make contact for the moment. And if you do want to make contact, you could even grab a strap or a scarf or something, and you could be with that cow face for a few breaths and then release and then go the other side. So this is just a moment to explore your range here. Yeah. And then when you feel complete, let's bring the hands, palms up onto the thighs, eyes closed if possible, to awaken the sense of touch in the body, the sense of what's happened, of stretch and pressure and tension and release. Then open up the eyes. Good. And then let's shift onto the bottom and bring the feet to the floor. Yeah, and then rocking back. So we're not rounding the spine. So uncouple their thigh and spine relationship by lengthening the tail. You kind of feel like you're rolling forward onto the sit bones a little bit without overdoing it, right? And then bring the arms forward. And this is the same pattern. So I don't mind which twist you do first. Right elbow back, left elbow back. And I would recommend inhaling center, exhaling to exchange. And how slow can you go? So the slower you go, I think, can be really nice. So you might build up a little bit of a swing, a little bit of a rhythm. Those of us that are happy could do opposite hand and opposite leg, so like that walking. So you might pad through the feet as well. If it feels comfortable on your lower back and your lower belly isn't doming forward, popping out. So keep the navel contained. Yeah. So just feeling, work through the middle, feeling that rotation here. And those of you feeling super fancy could lift off both legs and go here. Like I nearly didn't do that very well. Yeah, so see where you are. Just building a bit of heat, in the center, then come center. And then pick yourself all the way up. Let's extend the legs. So this could be a moment where you pop yourself up onto a block. You could roll the back of your mat, which I think I will do, just for a little bit of lift. You might need more, depending on how much tension there is in the hips and the backs of the legs. So you can always bend the knees. Yeah, heels grounded. And then let's do this position again. I want to go here again. So sit tall and squeeze the imaginary pencil behind the back and feel the elbows slightly move behind you. Little moment, squeezy pause, and then exhale, round. Offer up the shoulder blades behind you. Twice more. Squeeze, inhale, maybe a little pause of the inhale breath. And then exhale, little counter. Last time, inhale, squeeze. You can even pause the breath. Exhale, counter. And then slowly come up. So this is the forward fold moment. So sweep your hands to the crease where the thighs and the hips make that angle, 90 degree. And then with the heels of the hands, lightly press down. Lift the fingers forward, press down. Maybe even rock a little bit. That's quite nice. So I'm going to overdo it. Don't do this. So I'm padding. Yeah. So sort of encouraging my thigh bones to root down. And then come center, let the shoulders melt. And then you can even bring your fingertips against the collarbones and feel like there's like a string pulling you forward. It's a divine string. Yeah, pulling you forward. And at some point, the spine will naturally round. It will move more into flexion. Yeah, and then go wherever you feel is appropriate. And you could even go all the way down if you're very happy in this position. And notice, hopefully there's a little spaciousness happening somewhere between the shoulder blades, even though your mind may be attracted to stronger sensations behind the legs or in the lower back. But see if you can give space for these sensations to arise and fall, and always do less if that's what's being called for. And then slowly pad your way up. Yes, and then let's come to lie on our backs. So roll to one side. That's quite a nice way of coming to the floor. And then cross the left over the right, like you're sitting down for dinner. And then let the knees fall to the left, and there'll be a natural stopping place. Right hand behind the nape of the neck. And we're not going to think about this like crunches. Let's just think, as we exhale, you want to look past the legs, around the corner. What's there? And then inhale, slowly come down. So as we exhale, lift. We're sort of feeling a sort of wringing out and spiraling in the torso. Last time, exhale, what's there? Slowly come back center. And then let's go straight to the other side, my friends. So knees drop to the right, the natural stopping place, left hand behind the nape of the neck. And as you exhale, the navel not popping out, remember, not too much. And then inhale, come center. So exhaling, what's there? What's that spiraling feeling in the body? Inhale, come center. Last time, exhale. Good. And then inhale, come center. And then let's bring the feet to the floor. Drop the knees together so heels are slightly out to the sides. And we'll do a little manipulation of the head and neck. So interlace the hands behind the nape of the neck, elbows up, and then use your arm strength to pick up your head. So it's not a crunch. So let everything be quite relaxed, dare I say. And then manipulate your neck in any way that feels comfortable. So you might have had this experience if you've gone for a massage where the therapist would gently articulate the head and the neck in that atlas axis of the head meeting the skull, meeting the spinal column. And then slowly come back down. Well done. So here we go. Make yourself comfortable. So you can stay here for your resting, Shavasana. You can lengthen the legs, make sure you're warm. If your legs are long, you can place a blanket underneath the knees. That can be great. Yeah, so your main aim now is to be warm and comfortable. So whatever makes you warm and comfortable, do that now. And then as we move into our rest, our Shavasana, this is where we really want to make contact with the parasympathetic nervous system. So remember that side of the nervous system that is the rest, restore, recover, rebuild. And the first way we can enter that realm of rest, restore, recover, rebuild is to acknowledge gravity. Let the bones rest, let the muscles soften, let the body sort of yield to the ground. There's a yielding of being held, settling in. And as the body rests, you can bring your mind, your mental attention now to the breath. You can notice, perhaps you're more aware of the cool air and the warm air moving in and out through the nose. Perhaps you're more tuned in to the shape change of your breath on your body, so that rising and falling, expansion and returning of the breath. You can be with that a few moments. And then your mind shifting its awareness, attention to the anatomical heart, so slightly over to the left in the chest. And feeling or knowing that the heart rides the breath. So the heart surfing the breath as you inhale, rising, exhale, sort of dropping and being caught in its containers. And now acknowledging the realms of the energy of the heart. And this could be a wonderful time to bring in an intention, or maybe you want to program in a behavior you wish to bring into the rest of your day or evening. And that could be patience, kindness, compassion. And as you bring your attention into the heart space, does this intention or behavior have a word, a color, a texture, a feel? And you could imagine as if this word, this has its frequency, and the heart is kind of throbbing it around every cell of the body. So every cell of the body being reminded of your intention. You can be with the breath, the heart, the intention, just for a few more moments. You're very welcome to pause the video and be here a while longer. Or maybe now coming out of Shavasana, this very brief rest, by wiggling the fingers and toes. You can stretch the arms over the head and yawn and sigh and swallow. And then roll to one side and make yourself comfortable in a seated position of your choice. So no rush, I might just be going a little bit ahead of you, so I'm there for you when you arrive. And then when you do arrive, hands to heart. Let the eyes close or let the eyes lower to the ground, and remind yourself once again of that programmed behavior, intention you wish to kind of vibe with, resonate with the rest of the day. So really, we want to start to bring all this stuff off the mat and into the world, which is the trick, isn't it? That's the bugger. So we get caught up in our dramas and the chaos sometimes of life. And so maybe when you get caught up in that drama, it can be thought drama, it could be a relational drama, whatever's going on. There could be a moment where you realize, you kind of break that moment. You go, oh, I'm caught in drama, and you realize that. You bring awareness to that, and you take a slow breath in, and you repeat your intention, and you remind yourself of your intention, and you sort of feel as if you're floating almost above the drama, and then you exhale that intention and you integrate back into the drama. So you're with the drama, you're with the mental drama, the physical drama, but somehow you've got this net, you're being caught by this net of intention. And maybe it helps you make different decisions. Maybe. So, lightly bow the head towards your heart. And with great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher. Om Shri Matre Namaha. Om.